Hey there, everybody, and uh, hey, Flame. Yeah, it looks like you're first for once. That's funny. Hope you're doing well. I hope everybody else is doing well. Thanks for joining me. Oh, what a mess this is. Okay, maybe if I move that over there for now. What I could do is I could just close all these quests, and that would kind of fix things for a little bit. So today I'm going to have my overlay because I'm just going to stream here on YouTube for a little bit. Oh, let me switch this up a sec. Okay, there we go. I want to make sure I'm focusing on the correct thing. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know, all of what happened to make you not want to play. I'm glad to hear you're logging back in. But then again, if somebody ever decides to leave EQ altogether and move on to living their life and stuff like that, I won't really consider that terrible, right? There are times where I wish I could put this game down and maybe concentrate a little more, excuse me, on work, or maybe cleaning my apartment, or doing, adult grown-up stuff, which I should be able to do by my age now, but it never gets easier. If anybody ever says it does, it never really does. I mean, you just get used to it. I think that's about it. So at least I could do with streaming just on one platform at a time. I could do it a lot more comfortably. I don't have to worry so much about looking at my phone. I'm going to be stretching over and looking over because I have an actual overlay of the chat here. Yeah, I've been playing since about I want to say about 2000. I think is when I started, because I learned about Everquest at a party at my house it was like, I think it was 1999, and we were entering 2000, and this person told me about it. So I guess EQ had been out for a year when I first heard about it. So I'm guessing it already had an expansion or two. I'm never clear on the timeline. I just know when I joined, when I got into it, and how addicted I got. It wasn't completely a good thing that I found EQ. I spent way too much time playing. I still do, but what else am I gonna do with my time, man? I think it keeps me out of trouble. Austin, hello. Started 3 boxing. Oh, 3 boxing. SK, Druid, Enchanter. That sounds like a good team. It's made it a lot harder to log what? To log out? I don't get by what you mean by it's a lot harder to log out. Is it because you're having so much fun and now you don't want to log out because you're like feeling mighty or something? It's made it a lot harder for me to stop playing. I see. So I guess you're having a good time with multi-boxing. Yeah, I never understood the haters, the ones that hate people who multi-box like so much. Like there's people out there that just hate us with a passion, you know? And I'm just like, dude, don't get mad because I have enough skill to play a whole team by myself, and because you can't do it, you know? Don't get mad on those days where I'm feeling a little bit antisocial because maybe I don't want to group with you because the last time I grouped with you, you were a douchebag or you trained me or whatever. And when I'm saying you, I'm meaning whatever person in the past that one of us might have grouped with. I'm not aiming it at anybody that I know because all the people I've grouped with in our guild have been awesome, you know. Even some of the people that aren't in our guild anymore, we're still awesome. Just because they left and decided to do other things, didn't make them any less cool. You know, I actually miss some of them. So yeah, there's people out there that for some reason they dislike people who multi-box, and I will never ever understand because I group now all the time, you know, with this guild. I group with our group. I group with our guildies and stuff and our viewers, and I enjoy doing so. But I also still enjoy multi-boxing like I'm doing right now. You know, playing on my own with my own little team here. I've got a rogue, a ranger, enchanter, and I'm leading with a paladin. My paladin still sucks, by the way, but they're getting by. They're getting by with the help of a gnome tank. How's that? I don't hate multi-box players. I simply envy they have the skill to pull it off. The most I could do is 3 and I stunk at it. And I think maybe that's what it is, you know, and hurrah and hooray for you for being able to say that, because there's a lot of people that won't. They won't ever say it. So I very much can respect that a lot. So thank you. Yeah, I think there's some folks that might envy someone for being able to do it or whatever, and maybe because they can't. I don't know. I've never once considered myself a good and or talented player at all. I get by, you know. I do enjoy playing. I don't try to take on anything too big. A lot of people consider my playstyle to be slow and overly cautious, maybe even dull, but that's okay. They don't have to, you know, they don't have to play with me. They don't have to watch the stream if they don't want to, or whatever. You know, it's all right. I'm glad that there are people that do watch the stream, and I appreciate them very much. Where is my gnome? Because it doesn't look like they're helping right now. I can't see them at all. Gnome, where are you? My paladin sucks, and they're getting beat. Oh, there they are. They're hidden in the drog, but they are there. Thank you, gnome. Yeah, so I think maybe they think that no one wants to group with them because of multi-boxing. But I don't think that's true. I think nobody wants to group with them because of them. You know, if somebody doesn't want to group with you, it could be something that you're doing wrong. And I know a lot of people don't want to ever admit that. And maybe there were people that didn't want to group with me because of something I did wrong. I don't know. But I often felt like it was just snobbery, like they didn't want to group with me because I didn't have raid gear, because I didn't like to raid. I don't, again, I have no idea. But I think, you know, either people don't want to group with me because I didn't have the right gear, or they didn't like my play style or something. I don't know. And that's okay, you know. The people I group with now, I enjoy grouping with, and I think they enjoy grouping with me. I mean, they keep coming back for more. They might just be gluttons for punishment. And hey, I'm glad for it. I'm glad for it, because otherwise I'd be grouping alone all the time. I think I have Slay Undead Austin, because I am level 91, and I do more damage against undead than I do anyone else, but I still take a lot of damage. Ooh, there's an enraged shiverback. The Guildie, who is a paladin at 125 versus the undead and LS, is amazing. Okay. So maybe my paladin will be amazing at some point, but right now she's not doing great. She takes a lot of, as you could see here, you know, I'm down to 50% hit points and the fight's just begun. But I do a lot of damage. Like, I am giving both the ranger and the rogue a run for their money as far as damage goes. And I'm not even using a two-hander. I'm using sword and board, man, as they say. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that too. I agree, Austin. I die less when I multi-box. Because maybe I do have control issues. People sometimes bring that up. And when I'm multi-boxing, I'm in complete control of everything. So I know everything that's going on and the capabilities of everyone. So I kind of, I don't know. I think I play a little better sometimes when I'm multi-boxing, because I don't have to count on anyone else. And sometimes when there's other people around, I think I count on them too much, or lean on them too much, or I expect too much from them. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. I'm sure the guildies could chime in at some point. Maybe in private messages or something. I don't really want everybody roasting me every day that I stream. Sometimes it makes me a little sad. I still got feelings, folks. Especially when you get the Jan Veil. I don't know what the Jan Veil is, but I'm sure I can learn a lot from everybody, especially people that have played to max level, because I never got to max. But I'm starting to, you know, explore more and more stuff, you know, out there all the time. And trying new things. I gotta say, this gnome tank is amazing. Well, my current AC is 1923 over 1497. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that slash means and then the number after it, but that's my current AC is 1923. My attack is 1727. I feel like I'm doing all right, but you know, I still take a lot of damage. And I get hit a lot. Oh, yeah, I'm not. See, that's something I'm never gonna do. I'm never gonna buy anything for a chrono on the game, and I'm not trying to snub anybody that does. That's fine. They can all do that. Anybody who's super rich, filthy rich, and has disposable income and that can afford that sort of thing, you know, that's awesome because, you know, they're supporting people who want to do that kind of thing. And I'm all for it, you know. But I'm never gonna do it. I'm never gonna spend that because I don't have that to spend. If I want to spend that kind of money, I'll use it to just pay for an extra account for myself or something, you know. I got some accounts that I have that I used to pay for, but I couldn't afford it anymore. So they're free to play now. And so I don't use them as much as I did. Because, hey, playing the accounts that are gold are so much better because they got the good mercenaries, you know? Excuse me. So, yeah, we're light today. There's only 7 people watching. Wow. What I might do is share the link, the stream link in the Discord too. So I wanted to bring up something that I think I did that might have fixed some of my issues because I'm sure everybody, you know, saw me complaining a lot on Monday about how much I'm hating all the lag and stuff that I've been experiencing. So I think I might have fixed it. It's at least tonight I'm 4-boxing, right? And yesterday I was just 3-boxing, you know, and it was really, really bad and difficult and stuff. But I'm 4-boxing now, and I'm not having a whole lot of trouble. Yeah, I'm not zoning a lot, but when I do zone, it seems like my zoning has improved. My zone time has gotten a lot better. And it's kind of insane what small thing I did and what big change it caused. So first I tried the suggestion that I think it was Joby1 that suggested it in the Discord, which was to, like, in the loading screen, I think it's before character select, right? You can go to settings. There's that little gear. You can click on it and you can change some of the graphic settings. And I went with like textures medium instead of textures high, like texture quality. And I hated that, okay? Sure, it helped with the lag a little bit, but everything looked awful. Like, we'll say for an example with this Paladin, the gloves and bracers and the shoulders, they just looked black, like with no detail at all. And then I think the boots looked just jet black too, with no detail at all. And just things like that. There was just really odd things. I had a halfling druid, Scroto, and his chest was completely just black with no details or anything. You couldn't really see anything. And it just all looked so bad. Like, even when I went into the guild hall, there was things that looked weird. I mean, some of it actually kind of looked cool. And at first I thought, did somebody, like, change the wallpaper in the guild hall? Because you wouldn't believe how different it looked to me, at least. But it probably looked exactly the same to everybody else. It was just a matter of that I changed those graphic settings. So I hated that, so I set it back. I set it back to high. But then I did something else, and so simple. I went in and I deleted the cache. I just went into the Everquest files. So, you know, you've got your Everquest icon, right? And we all know if you right click on an icon on your desktop on a current Windows computer, it says, you know, you get a little menu and you can click on open file location. So I did that, open file location, and that takes you to the Everquest folder where all your Everquest install files are, right? I did a search for cache or cache, however you want to spell it, you know. You know, it's C-A, let me spell it out here so people could see if they're not sure. C-A-C-H-E, right? Cache or cache. Did a search for that. I found the folder. It's just cache folder. And I didn't delete the folder, but I opened the folder and deleted every single file inside. Now, I suggest doing this when you're not logged into Everquest. You've got to completely log out of Everquest. Don't have any Everquest windows or instances open at all. Just close out all Everquest, right? And just do it on your desktop. Delete all your cache files. And maybe what you can do is copy those files in another folder, leave it on your desktop or something like that. Or if you do delete them, leave them in your recycle bin so you can restore them if for some reason it causes a problem, right? Or, like I said, you can copy your cache files onto a folder on your desktop or in your documents or whatever, just in case if it breaks your game for some reason, because I'm not an expert, I'm not a programmer, okay? So that's my little suggestion, you know. Do this at your own risk, of course, but I would say, you know, try it. At the very least, you could copy the folder, move a copy of it to your desktop or wherever else, and then delete your cache files. And if it breaks the game, you could always put them back, right? If you have made a copy of it, a backup. But then if you do delete it, and you might see some improvement. I saw a huge improvement. I can't believe how much everything is better. And even if you look here, I go under graphics, display, and click on here, and I'm not running on like no graphics. I was able to re-enable 2.0. I was able to turn back advanced lighting, shadows, radiant flora, enabled post effects, even bloom lighting. I'm not going to disable tattoos. I like the tattoos being on. So yeah, I do have texture quality low. So I wonder, maybe I could turn it back to normal now, you know, because I had it on low. So I'm going to see if playing with it on normal makes me lag again or not. If it makes me lag, I'll go back to low, but I'm going to try normal. for a bit, at least on the main account here. I'm assuming I would have to reboot for the textures to change, or at the very least zone or something, because they're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna change just because I did that, you know. So that is my suggestion. Try deleting the cache if you're having a lot of problems with this lag. Like I said, it's helped me a lot. I haven't had nearly the same issues that I had before. Again, it might be also because I had my texture set to low. So maybe that's what's been helping. But you know, it's I'm gonna try normal and see how it works. And eventually I'll make a video about my findings and share it, and maybe people will be happy that there's a fix out there for their issues. I don't know if it would fix everybody's issues, you know, everybody's got a different computer. Ah, crap, I got 2 toads. Dang it. Don't die, please don't die. Okay, I got them slowed. Let me try to put the ad to sleep. And the ad is asleep. Let me try to slow the ad. So I don't know how many others had trouble with that update. It had me really salty, and you know, I'm sure if I look back at that video, I'd actually be embarrassed about how annoyed I was with all the lag, but that's okay. I'm always embarrassed at myself. I always look at my old stuff that I've done and I cringe. Austin, I must say I get more enjoyment watching someone multi-docs on stream instead of trying to watch out and hear 6 different people trying to all talk at the same time. I don't know, Austin, I like our group when there's 6 people. Sometimes it gets a little chaotic, you know, sometimes everybody wants to talk at the same time, right? And sometimes I feel like I'm unable to get a word in, like when I'm trying to address someone in the viewing audience, right? But I do think that most people that watch, especially on the weekends when we have the people, we have the full group, I think they enjoy the banter. I think they enjoy the back and forth, the conversation and everything, the different opinions. Not to mention, maybe even they enjoy some of the light and good-natured trolling that takes place when everybody's giving everybody else a hard time. I don't know, but I think everybody enjoys that too. Which, I mean, considering the fact that there's only 7 people watching me now when I'm playing alone, I think that says a lot. Because on the weekend, I will get, 25 people just on YouTube watching. So there's that, you know. Oh, crap. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch to the stupid scareling here. Austin. It's a Tuesday, Fez. I'm sure a lot of people that watch on the weekends or at work. Yeah, you know, I mean, but it's pretty late on a Tuesday. And I've actually had weekdays that were, you know, were pretty... We had a good crowd, you know, in the middle of the week. Uh-oh. Okay, this guy's about to be unmezzed, so let's mezz him again, and he is mezzed again. I'm glad I got him just in time, or my enchanter might have been dead. You guys see the flooding in San Diego? Our climate is changing faster than... I don't know. I didn't see it. I can check it out later, but I try not to bring up too much any real life stuff during my streams, just because, you know, you start getting on certain topics and this and that. Mike. Yeah, I don't think the end is nigh. I'm assuming that you're joking. But I think the world is going to be around for a very long time. Oh, wow. Can I actually do that? Let's see. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, neat. I didn't know that. Wow, this thing is getting smarter and smarter. It's telling me what to do. I had no idea I had to give it like permissions to do stuff. It's displaying EQ comments correctly. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, crap. I got the Sam Hain guy mezzed. Yeah, I know. I know it wasn't really spam. Like I'm not gonna get mad at someone for triggering the bot. Don't worry, unless it's like super messed up, or obviously being done maliciously or something. You know, I know mistakes happen and all that. But I have the bot because it does help a lot. And you know, I just want to keep this a nice place. I don't want people to get into topics that can often cause people to argue. And you know, for the record, I'll say it one more time. I would prefer to avoid political and religious topics, okay? And any kind of topic that gets people to disagree on, unless it's EverQuest related, you know? If people want to argue who's the cooler deity, Tunar or Britoculus, I'm fine with that. That's fine. That's all related to the game. But any, you know, IRL stuff that's going to get people yelling at each other or that might cause people to throw around like any kind of racial slurs or just things like that where people just get crazy, I'd like to avoid that. I'd like to keep this place pretty chill and fun and relaxed, you know, because I get passengers talking at me all day long, and a lot of them will start bringing up these topics, and I have to just listen, and I can't really have opinions of my own. It's not really allowed. It's sort of a policy with all the rideshare platforms. It doesn't matter if it's Lyft or Uber. They all want drivers to just not state an opinion because, again, they know it's going to lead to somebody getting butt hurt and crying or screaming or yelling or, you know, saying, how dare your driver say that they were this or this or this. So I also don't want to lose any of my viewers. I don't care what you're into. You can be into whatever you want. Just leave it at the door. We don't need to talk about it here. If you'd like to talk about it, then maybe don't watch my stream, watch someone else's. I'm okay with that, you know. You can watch mine when you feel like just talking about EQ. But if you want to talk about any kind of political thing or religious thing, then this isn't the stream, you know, that you're looking for. And I don't want to send people away, but you know, I would rather have like 5 or 6 people in the stream just that want to watch it just for EQ stuff than to have 50 people in the stream but they're all yelling at each other and arguing about, you know, what political party or religious ideology is the correct one, you know? And, you know, I just, because everybody's got their own opinions, people all over the world. This is the internet, so people all over the world will watch. And every culture has their own stuff, you know? And if this was just being streamed in the US or just in my city or my state, then it would be, you know, whatever, you know? But it's not. It's streamed worldwide, so there's going to be a lot of different opinions. And I'm okay with different opinions about EQ. Like, hey, let's talk or argue about, is multi-boxing good or bad? I'm okay with that, you know? Of course, you see me multi-boxing, so you know I enjoy multi-boxing. So I'm gonna be on team multi-boxing. But I'll listen to your opinions and why you think multi-boxing is bad. Exactly, Mike Fur. Paladins can suck. I know a lot of people that probably feel like paladins are garbage, and I'm kind of one of them, even though I'm playing a high elf paladin. I am on the camp of high elf paladins are not really good tanks. Am I still playing them? Yes. Am I gonna try to keep going. Maybe one day my high elf paladin will suck a little less. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that one day my high elf paladin might suck a little less, you know? Tim Baker, multi-boxers took out jobs. I guess they kind of did. Look, you know, um, I there's an enchanter's job, there's a, a rogue's job, and a ranger's job here, and not to mention mercenaries, because mercenaries took jobs. They're, you know, healer, and the tank is a mercenary. I wonder if you could say pets too, but not really, because those have been around since the beginning of the game. So, Joby1 said, "How have the changes to your settings helped with boxing performance?" Hey, Joby1, were you watching since the beginning of the stream tonight? Because I did bring up some of the stuff that I did. And I'm curious if you've been watching the whole time or not. Because if you hadn't, you didn't hear what I said earlier. Okay, no, just joined. Okay, so let me, yeah, because you're the one that suggested that I do some of the things that I did. So when I went in, okay, I logged out completely, closed out all my instances of EQ, and I went into the, you know, the launcher, right? And you do the launcher, you log in, you type in your password, you press enter, and then let me see, is it here? Okay, yeah, you can hit play, I think. And wait, I think maybe I went too far. I think, no, it might be, no, it's before server selection. Okay, no, yeah, it's the launcher, right. When you're in the launcher, there's a little gear on the bottom left that says advanced tools. And that's the thing where I chose a texture, right? Texture quality, medium. Right, so before you hit play, you see advanced tools, and then you can select on game configuration, I believe. And that's where you have things like you can choose NVIDIA or Microsoft basic render driver. You could choose the new or old character models. And then you could use texture quality high, medium, or low. So I chose medium the other day, right? Per what you had suggested. However, when I did that, okay, hang on. So when I did that, I'm going to kind of use my paladin as an example. The bracers, the shoulders, the boots, and on some characters, it looked like the chest, were just pitch black. They had like no detail. It just looked really, really bad, right? So I hated that. Did it help improve performance? Yes. Things performed better, but it looked like trash. And I don't want to play a game like that. Especially, I can't stream like that, man. It just looked so bad. So what I decided to do was set it back. I am not using WinEQ, no. And I don't believe I need to. So I'll just continue what I'm doing. So I set it back to high, right? In that setting, in that gear in the beginning. But then I went in to my desktop. I right-clicked on the Everquest, icon for the game launcher, right? Opened file location. I did a search in my Everquest folder. I searched for the cache, and I decided to just wipe out the cache. I deleted everything in the cache folder. And of course, you can't have Everquest running when you do this because it won't let you delete all the files. So I deleted every last file. I left it in my recycle bin just in case I needed to restore it, in case it broke the game. But it didn't break the game. In fact, it improved everything. My performance has gone back to normal. I mean, it's still not better than it was before the patch, but it's about to the same level it was before that last patch, before everything slowed down, just by deleting the cache. I even was able to restore my graphics settings. So, because after the patch, I had to disable bloom lighting, post effects, radiant flora, shadows, advanced lighting, and the 2.0 pixel shaders. I had to turn all that off, and my game still ran like hot garbage. Now I have everything turned back on all 4 accounts with texture quality high, and everything's running just fine. So I would suggest to anybody to try deleting their cache, or at the very least make a backup copy of their cache just in case, then delete the cache and see if it helps. I did update my NVIDIA drivers also. So it could be that helped a little bit as well. Because at first it seemed to have fixed the problem some. I mean, it wasn't where it was before that patch, but it had improved a little bit. But then it got crappy again. And I got really salty. I got really mad. And that's kind of what I was complaining about during most of my Monday stream. Yeah, the only time I've ever used WinEQ was I used it for Project Lazarus server. So my EQ instance on, for Project Lazarus, for that, yes, I've used WinEQ, and it did help quite a bit to reduce some of the lag that I was experiencing there. But now, you know what? I'm tempted to go to Project Lazarus, make sure I delete my cache from that instance of Everquest, and maybe that'll help that too, Maybe that's the key. It's just deleting the damn cache. Because like I said, it did make a huge difference for me, guys. Can you tell how you updated the NVIDIA? I tried to find on my PC. I couldn't. I have NVIDIA on mine as well. I usually just go to the site, honestly. Like for example, I usually go to Google. I'll type NVIDIA GeForce drivers, and you know, here it says official GeForce drivers or NVIDIA drivers download. I can open up both of those windows in separate tabs and see which one works the best. So the first one, it says product type, you know, of course, GeForce, right? Or Titan if you have, or Ion or Legacy. Mine's GeForce. And then GeForce RTX 20 series. I have a 2070, so that's what is for me. It would be the 20 series. But if you have like a 20, a 30, a 40, you would go with that, right? And then under where it says 20 series, it says product, and it says GeForce RTX 2070, which is the card I have. Operating system, I chose Windows 10 64-bit, and then language English. Type download, game ready driver, studio driver. I just left all, and then I hit start search, and it will automatically search for drivers for that. And the most recent driver came out just a week ago on January the 17th, 2024. So it came out this month, guys. So you might say, oh, my driver's up to date. I did it just in December. Well, there's one that came out just last week, January 17th. So I suggest getting that driver, download it, install it, and I hope it helps. Yeah, you could use the hardware manager, but you know, I kind of rather download from NVIDIA. I feel like they're going to have the most recent, best driver because it's their product, you know? It's not a Windows product, it's an NVIDIA product. Yeah, like I said, that's how I do it. Again, I mean, you could do what Mike suggested, but I did it this other way. I just go to Google, search, you know, NVIDIA driver. I go to Google for just about anything. If I can't find the answer, I search it on Google. Should have went with a dwarf paladin. Nah. I wanted to be pretty. Dwarves are not pretty. But I know dwarves would make much tougher paladins. Of course they would. But you know, we don't always go with whatever. I mean, if I really wanted to be super strong, why not just make an ogre warrior, you know? Sometimes I want to play this race or that race. I mean, like I love gnomes. A lot of my characters are gnomes. And they're not the strongest or the fastest or the best, but I just like them. I think they're just fun. Ooh, this guy has me mezzed. I'm gonna be mezzed for like a whole minute. Crazy. I can't even sit down. At least he didn't charm me. Ogre Shadow Knight. Yeah, that too. You know, whatever. I'm kind of baffled that ogres can even be Shadow Knights, because they're the least intelligent race on Norath. And that's an intelligence-based, you know, class. No, I disagree, Austin. I actually think elves have a better natural magic resistance over dwarves, but dwarves have better strength. I mean, I'm not sure. I have no idea for sure. I guess I could make a brand new high elf paladin and a dwarf paladin and see if either one has an innate resistance. Probably not. You know, it's probably exactly the same for both of them, like the same stats, except for like strength and junk, you know, and dex and constitution. Yeah. Ogre can be a wisdom caster. Like, they could be, I believe they could be shaman or beast lord. It'd be hilarious to see an ogre druid. Or an ogre trying to be a mage. Like they're an ogre, but they identify as a gnome, you know? Do ogres actually have wisdom, like decent wisdom? I don't think so. I think doesn't a barbarian have a higher wisdom than an ogre? Because anytime I wanted to be a shaman back in the old days, I chose barbarian. I mean, now sometimes I'll choose either barbarian or froglock. Just because froglocks are smaller. And you can, you know, they don't have to duck and stuff. I kind of hate the tall races because it's always kind of a pain in the butt. They get caught up on everything. Ogre Beast Lord isn't a bad idea because at least they got the racial ability where they can slam. So I'm going to get to a little safe ledge here so I can chat a little. Froglocks are gnomes of the amphibian world. Yeah, the frontal stun can be nice. So, Joby1, what do you think of the how I managed to fix my lag issue? Because it sounds like you kind of have some knowledge about how all this stuff works. Oh, of course, the stupid scareling. So now I gotta fight the scareling first. Because those things are super fucking nasty. Pardon my French. I try not to swear during a stream, but that couldn't be helped, man. I just don't like scarelings. They tend to teleport a player like halfway across the zone and that's where they end up getting killed, you know? So I really don't like fighting them if I don't have to. Clever makes sense. DX might compress textures differently, and clearing the cache would clear that up. I'll try clearing the cache too. It couldn't hurt, and clearly can help. Yeah, like I said. And I didn't even think about that it, you know, one was compressing things differently than another. Now that you mention that, you know, yeah, if that's the case, then I think they probably should have left a note in that patch saying everybody should probably clear their cache after this patch. Because yeah, it really, that patch screwed me up so bad. And things have been so much better now. Like I said, when I zone faster than I had been zoning. Austin Fez, the swear lord. Yeah, tonight, I guess. Like, I try to keep it clean, you know. I don't expect kids to watch, you know. But there's adults that just don't like swearing. And I look back at some of my older streams where I swore a lot more before I was monetized. And I didn't care for it, you know? I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, that kind of is coming off as a little tacky. I think I'm going to not swear so much. It's still going to come out here and there. But I think light swearing is fine. It's where people just kind of get crazy and do it way too much. So yeah, I might actually make an actual video where I just talk about exactly what I did. Golly gosh darn it, so much fracking swearing. It's real tacky in a medium such as this. I mean, I don't know about real tacky, but it can get tacky, yeah. I think every gamer swears. You know, we're a passionate bunch, you know? And I know many people, when they get killed and they feel especially that the kill was undeserved, or that the mob sort of cheated them out of a victory or something, that they will swear profusely. At least I've seen videos of gamers where that happens. If anybody remembers the old video of like the angry German kid, which it turns out that was actually like a skit, like the kid was doing a bit where he was pretending to be that angry, but everybody thought it was like legit, like real. And they're like, oh wow, he's so angry. But it was a really funny video. That was back in the days of like the Numa guy and all that stuff. the infancy of the internet, the more innocent days. Yeah, yeah, Austin. Yeah, I think they're just words, you know? I come from New York, and in New York, we swear a lot, and I don't think it's the goal isn't to be tacky or to be foul or anything. It's just swear words carry more energy. I think uh I don't know a single person that gets injured that doesn't drop the F bomb. Like you stub your toe, I'm going to call you liar if you say that you stubbed your toe alone at home at night and you said, gosh darn it. Okay? Sorry, I don't believe you. I've never once said, gosh darn it, um, after stubbing my toe. No, I dropped the F bomb. At the very least, I say, shit. um, well, you've got more self control than me because I will not just say darn it or dang it. I just can't. I'm originally a New Yorker. I'll always be a New Yorker at heart. That's not going to change. And I don't think swearing is all that bad. There are far worse things that one can do than swear. You know, people sometimes treat swearing like it should be a felony or like it's murder. No, murder is murder. If somebody swore all day but did nothing but nice things, I would think they were a saint. you know, um, for me, it's like because there's a lot of people out there that they might never swear, but they're complete jerks. They're like terrible people. So for me, I'd rather have someone who's nice and swears than someone who never swears but is awful, you know? But I know there's actually good people that also try not to swear. And I'd say that's me. I try not to. But if I do, I'm not going to feel bad about it, and just be like, I was feeling that way. I was feeling that way, and that's what came out. Because I think it's a good way to express your anger and or frustration. You bottle that stuff too long, you're gonna explode and hurt somebody, maybe yourself. That's just my 2 cents. Yeah, but it's not the same thing. I guess you don't understand the from the other point of view, um, because if it doesn't really matter, then it doesn't. And if somebody swears or doesn't swear, it shouldn't really matter too much. But again, because of I do this channel, it's monetized. I like to keep, the algorithm and all that happy, so I try not to. And YouTube has even said, you slip a swear here and there, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Even the advertisers don't really care. It's just when someone wants to make every other word a swear, or they're just being awful with the content, that's when it becomes a problem. You know, they want content that just makes people happy. You don't want content that's going to make people freak out or not want to advertise on their platform, which I understand, you know. I get it, it's a business. Yeah, I think that was excessive. Mike, I'm sorry that happened to you. I don't think you should get sent home for just saying the words "damn it." That sounds ridiculous. You know, I mean, if anything, that would have been a great moment of education. You know, the teacher could have just said, now, that's not, you know, appropriate language to be said in school or something like that. I mean, instead of sending you home, it could have just been like, maybe suggested other words you could say in its place. You know? Like darn it, or gosh, or gee, or golly, or whatever they want to say, you know? And just send the kid home. These people want to send kids home over anything anymore. I think it's ridiculous. How are they supposed to get an education? You know, I've seen articles where they're talking about how they throw a kid's lunch away because he couldn't afford to pay for it, or his parents were behind on payments for the school lunch. Now, that's evil. You're taking food away from a child because he can't pay? It's food, man. Let him eat. But that starts to get possibly political, so I'm not going to keep chasing that topic. Let's let it go. How's your high paladin tanking? My paladin isn't high, and neither am I. We're both sober right now. But they are level 91, and they're getting close, very close to 92. I got my enchanter up to level 90, so that was pretty cool. We've got 10 people watching right now. So, yeah, one of the reasons why I'm actually streaming tonight, which I never even brought up, was other than talking about what I did to fix my lag, I also wanted to just see if I can stream, because, you know, streaming itself also uses up some resources on the computer, right? So I wanted to see if I could stream while 4-boxing and still have the lag be manageable, and it's been good. It's been great. I'm really happily, pleasantly surprised and kind of shocked that it's as good as it is. So it looks like I will be able to continue my live streams just fine. Oh, hi, Elf. I'm hanging out with Hippie too much. When I hear the word hi... I... I'm sad that he's not here because he probably would have gotten a laugh out of that. Um, but anyway, yeah, yeah, it's a high elf. Yeah. Um, they're doing okay. I mean, as far as holding aggro, I think I do well. But I'm also sort of fighting the gnome tank. So I have a gnome tank mercenary who is sharing the aggro with me. And what I'm doing is I'm tanking, trying to tank and pull aggro, and the gnome is doing the same. And by doing that, I feel like we're kind of splitting the damage in half between the two of us, between me and the gnome. So that way one tank doesn't have to take all of it at the same time. Because if it's just my paladin taking on that damage, they're not going to live very long. But with the gnome helping and pulling aggro sometimes and getting hit, it lets my paladin sort of survive. I do not, Austin. Hippie has heard from them now and then, but I have not. Joby1, glad to hear you're still gonna stream, of course. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it too. I didn't want to stop. I was really, really sad, you know, when all this lag started happening to me. But I was also really, really mad about it. So I was expressing my anger by like, well, maybe I just won't stream anymore. It was bitter grapes for me, man. I'll admit to it, you know. I was being a petulant child, and I'm cool with that. You know, because sometimes you got to express your anger, because I think it's healthy. You know, you get it out there. You're not bottling it, and that way you don't end up doing something insane later. You know. $103 mage support. I'll be available. Yeah, that was fun. We got to do that again sometime with the mages, the 3 mages. That was a good time. We tore through some stuff, man. Kind of shocked. I haven't seen a single named tonight. And this is usually a zone for a lot of named. But there could be someone out there who's sniping all the named for all I know. Because there's always a lot of people in this zone. I'm just glad that there isn't someone swarm kiting or swarm pulling every single thing, and that I'm actually able to kill a few things, you know? Let me see here. I'm gonna try to turn on tracking on the ranger. Oh, there's a undead shiverback not too far away, possibly. Ahead and to the left. Yeah, that's what I was doing, Austin. Okay, let's see now. It's straight ahead, so I'm getting closer. Uh-oh, we got Toad aggro. By the time I get to that thing, it'll probably be dead. It's okay. Straight ahead and to the left. No, no, no! Don't attack me. I want to pass you and try to find that gorilla. Ahead and to the left. There he is. I found you. Found you. I almost got killed by you too. He's almost dead. I got him. I got him. Woohoo! There we go.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay!
We did it.
We did it! We did it! We did it!
Okay. Let's see what we have here. Shiverback tooth earring. I probably already have something better. Well, this earring is better, that's for sure. And this earring is kind of better also. But I can give it to one of my other guys. Let's, I don't know. We'll send it to the ranger for now. I'm surprised I didn't get one of the, you know, one of the candies to drop for the armor. Because I'm pretty sure this is where I get the blue, you know, these blue candies. Which is, I would say tier 3, right? The blue ones. Tracking and evac is why I chose a druid. Yeah, that's true. Those are good reasons to choose a druid. Plus, they can always backup heal. They do some really good DPS with their dots. The most OP skill in the game. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's OP, but it does help a lot. I'd call tracking a great quality of life skill. But it's only really useful in outdoor zones like this, because you try to use tracking in like a giant maze type house or dungeon where there's a bunch of multiple levels. It might say the target is right here, but it's like a floor above or below you, and it's going to be kind of hard to find. But yeah, tracking is great for finding rare spawns too. I'm seeing if there's any other named up. Oh, the ancient Draco Lich is up. It's to the left. Well, I'm not going to go around the whole zone. I mean, I'm not going to cut through the zone. I might go around the edge of it to try to find them. But I'm definitely not just going to run through the middle. That's suicide. A lot of these things are undead. They could see through invisibility. So it's ahead and to the left. Yeah, I don't really know where it spawns. I just know that it's probably around here, because I'm usually near that firewall thing when I see it. But it usually comes out, you know? It sort of paths out here. Now it's just to the left. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get him because he's not out here at the moment. He might come out at some point. I could use some tea. Well, get yourself some tea, Austin. Oh, okay. I guess it wasn't intended for me. And don't worry about the spamming the symbols. It's not a big deal. I'm sorry if if the bot removed your messages. I would really like to rename the bot. I don't think I can. I think I have to have like a premium account to rename them. Although I did pay recently, so maybe I can rename him now. And maybe I'll get lucky and he'll keep his name after, you know? After my 1 month expires. That'd be hilarious. So I want to give him like a funny name, you know? Ooh, there's a bitter Gargonzola. Draco Lich is still up and it's still to my right. I'm not really too put out by spamming of symbols, so I might actually remove that part of the thing. I don't care if someone wants to spam some emojis now and then. I really don't see like how anybody can be too disruptive with spamming a few symbols. Okay, so I'm gonna eliminate chat here just for a second. So here I'll open up in oops. I'll go to on my phone where I can see it. Okay, still got 10 people watching. Okay, CloudBot, that's what it's called. Click on that. Caps, symbol protection. Regulars and members. Okay, I'm changing it to allow it for members and regulars, right? Minimum amount of symbols. Maximum amount of symbols. Okay, so I'm raising it to 15. If somebody does more than 15 symbols at a time, it'll spank them. Link protection. Okay. I'm trying to set it so like regulars won't get punished so much. I need to create a chatbot account. What if I don't want to create a chatbot account? I'll have to look this up later, guys. It's definitely more involved than just clicking on a thing and renaming it. It looks like I have to create a special account, which that makes me sad. I was really just hoping I could just make a silly name. Okay, let me put my overlay back. Fresh from my timeout. Uh-oh. I'm getting attacked. We're getting attacked by a toad. Oh, there was a bot that did EQ trivia. That's interesting. Nice looking shield. Thanks. You could buy the shield. It's actually an overlay. See, it's because it's just a slimy dragon emblazed shield. And it's a Umbra forged shield ornament that you can get from the marketplace, I believe. So if you go over here and you go to appearances, go to appearances, and then you can go to weapon ornaments. Click on weapon, and you can click on shield. And then you can select, you know, the different ones, and it kind of shows you how it looks on your character. And it was really difficult to find something that I liked because there's so many ugly ones out there. So I picked this one at the top, Umbra Forged Shield Ornament. It cost $3.95. But the nice thing is you don't have to pay to unlock access, because at least the weapons and shields are free. You could, you just get the ornament and then you could just put it in there. You don't have to unlock the feature. Some of these shields are stupid. Like, look at this thing. It's huge. Just completely unrealistic, some of them. This is like a shield on top of another shield. Also very silly. And some of these look okay. This one's got a little too much going on. I think it's a little too busy, at least for me. Some of the ones that I really do like are the coffins. I don't know if you guys have seen the coffins. Okay, here's one of them. So check this out. This is great for I think it's great for a necromancer or a shadow knight. It's a coffin shaped shield. It's even got the little handles for the pallbearers on the sides. It's great. And then there's another one that's like sort of just a different shade. So you've got that one that's a little more bluish. You got this one that's a little more like natural wood looking. Oh, and there's a dark wood one too. So this one is a little... so yeah, I've got some of those on my necromancers and shadow knights, those shield ornaments. I think they're pretty cool. But yeah, that's that shield ornament I got from the market. I still get a little bit of a lag spike here and there, but not like I was getting. Like just now, I had a moment of difficulty, but nothing like what I had before. Because even before the update, I still got lag spikes here and there. I think that's just part of gaming in general. But it was basically becoming unplayable. Not just any coffin, a gnome coffin. I knew someone would go there. I knew it. Running around with a dead gnome on my arm, using it as a coffin. That'd be horrible. That mob hits like a truck. Yeah, all of these mobs hit like trucks. The MMO hippie, hey hippie, how's it going, man? Thanks for dropping in for a moment. So I don't know if you heard, if you've been watching long, I think I fixed my lag issue because I'm here in Fear itself for boxing and I haven't really had much trouble. And all I really had to do was delete my cache, which, you know, of all the things that you could do, it's one of the easier, you know, fixes. I didn't have to do much. I mean, yes, I still have the update that I downloaded from NVIDIA, which had initially helped a little bit, but it still got really bad for me. And even my zoning issue has been reduced, you know? It still takes a minute to zone, but not nearly as bad. I'm basically about where I was before the patch. So, you know, still occasional lag spikes because that's just the game we're playing. It's just an old-ass game, you know? But I think I'm back to where I was before the patch, where I just have normal lag again, instead of that crippling lag that I had. Yeah. Hey, nobody's happier than I am, believe me. I know I probably sounded like a whiny bitch yesterday because I kind of was pissed, you know? I was salty about it. I'm like, all this lag, what the hell? I'm gonna have to quit. You know? But I was just that annoyed with the whole situation because, you know, I didn't ask for it. And I should have thought of that before. There he is! The Dracolich! Oh my goodness. Come on, man. And please don't insta-kill me. Doing pretty good. At least I feel like I am. I'm still alive. He's at about 60%. Oh, by the way, I have more news about the anniversary mission, right? I went back and tried doing the anniversary mission again. So you know how we thought maybe if you didn't aggro the thing, you might not die? Well, that turned out to be false. Because, hey, I got a box, folks. I got a box full of the pox. So 90% weight reduction, 14 slot, giant. Awesome. So who do I give the box to? Heirloom. Hey, it's not no drop. So I guess it doesn't matter who loots it. And I also got a blue candy for the chest. Sweet. What's in the box? Nothing but pox. Maybe a fox or some socks. A file full of docs. Dead gnome cocks. No, stop. Okay, reset. Great to hear. Be like a duck in the rain. Just let it all roll off you. Wonder if there's a new amulet of necropotence. Yeah, I don't know. Dead gnomes, of course. Box full of pox. That would demonetize you. I don't think so. I don't think so. Especially when you're just saying it in a humorous sense, you know? If that was the case, I'd say, yo, there's a lot worse out there. A lot worse out there, people saying other than that. So just saying, man. But okay, so about the anniversary mission, I went back there with my, I think it was the Dabria and Dildaf group, and I decided to leave the ranger out and not fight that last mob, you know, the specter that death touches everybody. I still got death touched. Even the ranger, who wasn't involved in the fight at all, didn't throw a single arrow, was death touched. He wiped the whole group. But because the whole group got wiped, I decided to respawn immediately so it didn't get killed by the mercenaries. So all the mercenaries got, you know, ported to POK with me. So I was able to go back and kill him after he wiped me out. So I guess that's what we have to do if you're going in there with mercenaries and the whole group gets wiped out, which seems to be a very possible thing. I think we just got lucky on Sunday where it only killed me. It only killed the tank, right? We got just real lucky because, you know, I went back there, I did that mission again, and it wiped out the whole group. So it doesn't matter if you don't aggro, if you leave someone out or not, he could still wipe the whole group. I think it's just a matter of a saving throw where if you know, technically everything's like a dice roll, right? It's like a digital dice roll, and if you roll snake eyes, you're dead. If you roll a nat 20 or whatever, I guess you resist it and don't take full damage on it, and you live, right? And I think that's what happened on Sunday. Only my warrior rolled snake eyes and died. You know what I could do, and what I think would be really funny, is if I go to my chat bot and I tell it to the phrase dead gnomes is a banned word. And I think Hippie would end up spending so much time in timeout. I could just do that. It's like, you know, just to mess with people. It's like, yeah, you want dead gnomes? Okay. Yeah, you would never get out of timeout. You'd be in there all the time. Don't know why everybody's gotta hate on the gnomes. They never did nothing. I only know one mob that death touches. Well, this guy has a death touch. It could be that it's a mistake when they made the mob and it's doing way more damage than was intended. It could be that there's a scaling issue. I don't know. But it basically death touches. It does, like, for a group that only has an average of 10k hit points, this thing will do 22k hit points of damage, of chromatic damage. And it's very difficult to resist. My whole group got wiped twice by that guy. So at first we thought maybe he wouldn't do the death touch if maybe someone didn't aggro him, you know, he wasn't on their hate list at all. But he death touched my whole group even when I left one of the players out intentionally, hoping that they would, you know, survive, and therefore it wouldn't be a full wipe. So yeah, I wasn't really planning on streaming tonight, but after the changes I made and seeing as how it kind of fixed some of my lag issues, I wanted to do a test stream tonight to see if I can stream and still have the performance be pretty good. And I'm 4-boxing and the performance has been excellent. And I'm streaming, so I think we're good. I think I'm gonna be fine for this weekend, and hopefully this will persist and it won't get crappy again like it did with my other fix that I thought I fixed it when I did the NVIDIA update, you know? Mike for, is this recorded somewhere? Got me curious. That wipe. Yes, it was. We played on Sunday stream where only my warrior got killed. And then Monday, I streamed on Monday and I had a full party wipe the first time. But I lingered, you know, thinking that, well, the mercenaries are still alive, so we'll let the mercenaries kill the thing, right? And maybe it'll still be a success after I get rezzed. But no, because all the group members died and only the mercenaries survived, it didn't count. So and because the thing was dead, I couldn't finish the mission. So I basically had to quit the mission and try again later. So that's what I did. I quit the mission. I tried again, because you could do it again every 30 minutes. So then, and that's what I did. So I went to another zone for about half an hour. And then I went back there. And I did the mission again. But that time, I was able to complete it. I don't remember. Did I wipe a second time, but then I was able to go back and finish it? I think that's what happened, right, Hippie? Like, cause I decided to just respawn right away. Oh geez, the stupid scareling over here. I think it did it, and I was really pissed off. I went to POK, but then I went back, like, and I was able to kill him, I think. If I remember, I don't know. Because I just remember being really angry. it was... So I wanted to go back for a revenge run. And it's possible that he just doesn't cast it every time. There were some folks that thought maybe you gotta kill the thing within 30 seconds or it does the death touch, but that's not it either, because it killed the warrior on Sunday as soon as I pulled it, you know, as soon as, like, first aggro. It was an instant death. And somehow nobody else was affected. Either that or maybe they were affected, but they resisted, you know? I'm just happy that I was able to finish it. And having a really high magic resist on that mission really does help a lot. Now, I think if you're in a group that's in, like, level 80 plus, you can probably survive that proc. Or that spell that it does. Another thing that happened that I found very unusual, Hippie, is that when I had logged back in after being logged out for a while, my key was gone. All my keys on all 4 characters, or all 3 characters, were gone. So I had to do the key quest again. And at least I did get credit for the key quest. I got the XP for it again. And I think I did get 10 more tokens for doing it again. But when I examined the key, it wasn't no rent. It wasn't temporary. So I don't know why I lost the key unless there was some kind of a what do you call it? A rollback? Maybe. My live stream, you should be able to find it. Let me go to my channel here. Go to my channel, go to live, not under videos, but under live. And it's probably going to be, yeah, the stream from 1 day ago. Oh, wow, it's got 190 views. Where it says, playing EverQuest level 69 Rogue Adventures. There was that one. What's the other one? There's one that says level 45 from 1 day ago. I think that the level 45, that was from Sunday. So that was 2 days ago, not 1 day ago. So the playing EverQuest level 45 was from Sunday. And the level 69 Rogue Adventures was from yesterday. Yeah, and it's when we went to do that one mission in North Row. And when we had to fight that Spectre, and when we're indoors, we're in the tower, and we're in that room, and we had to fight some skeletons and a Spectre. It's just 5 mobs, but that Spectre is a doozy. And he has this like really bad death touch. And it's an AoE, so it can wipe your whole group. Somehow mercenaries seem to be immune. Either that or they have so many hit points that they don't die from it. Exactly, Joby1. It was a spooky specter who just had to finish me. So maybe that's what it procced. It procced a spooky specter spunk job. And it took me out. It exploded with joy. Yeah, I agree, Hippie. I think they need to rescale that spell. I mean, I'd be fine if maybe they took us to the edge of death. You know? Like maybe if the cleric wasn't keeping up on heals properly, then the warrior died and it'd be the cleric's fault or whatever. But if you're at full health and you can't take it, then that's a death touch. That's what I call it. You know, if your max HP isn't over 22k and it's casting this 22k damage spell, That's a death touch to me. Hey Kirk, how's it going? That's awesome. Congrats on the laptop. I hope it all goes well and you enjoy it. Consider creating a character on the Throne of Ice server. And if you're interested, you'd be welcome to join our guild, man. You know? Got a lot of people, a lot of friendly people. Half of them are trolls, but that's okay. They're still pretty cool. And they like to group with each other. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, like I said, join the Throne of Ice server then. I mean, the Throne of Ice is just a standard server. So even if you just want to be free to play in the beginning, it's okay because free to play is able to go on Throne of Ice. And you can always, you know, get a gold account later, should you decide. I am so close. I'm at 99.022 to get to level 92 with this paladin here. I don't want to level up too fast, so I think I'm going to put 50% of my XP into AA for now. Blacksmith Mastery. Yeah, I'm gonna up my Blacksmith Mastery. There we go. It didn't say death touched. It said like some pained memory or something like that ability, and it was a chromatic damage. But it was, like I said, it was 22k damage for a character that normally has only about 10k hit points, and that's like buffed, you know. And that's, you know, having defiant armor and stuff, you know, level, excuse me, you know, level 50 characters, level 60 characters, you're still wearing defiant. So you don't get access to like the abstruse armor, the House of Thule armor, until you're level 80. Even the Paragon armor you can't get until you're 75. Austin said, "Hey Faz, you've been playing since 2000. What stopped you from having characters to be max level? I've been wondering." It's a disease. It's I was born with it. It's called altitis. I keep making alts like all the time. Not to mention, I'm not even playing on my original server. I joined Throne of Ice just a couple of years ago. And yeah, I get disenchanted with the high-end game because when you die, you lose so much more XP, and it's so much harder to get XP. So I just like making new characters all the time. I really enjoy the lower end of the game. And people might think I'm nuts for it, but Kirk, I haven't played since Pop. I bet almost everything is different. I mean, yeah, it's different, but a lot of it's very similar. I'm sure, you've noticed we have mercenaries now, which they're NPCs that will help you play. There's a lot of nice gear out there now that you can get. Like crafting doesn't suck as bad as it used to. You can actually craft weapons that have some decent stats. I believe I'm using a weapon I crafted myself. Yeah, this glorious infused knight's fade sword was something that Fez blacksmithed for my paladin. And it does 171 damage with a 35 delay, 4.89 ratio. Great stats. Yeah, hippies accurate there because, back in the older days, it was more like you could just grind, you could just kill monsters and get XP and level up that way. But after you hit like 75, grinding doesn't work so well. Like, you can still try to grind, but it's going to take forever. And that's all I'm kind of doing right now because I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm also just testing to see, my lag situation. But after 75, you're going to learn that you get a much better XP if you start doing quests. I think at level 80, it's at 80 or 85, you start doing heroic missions. And or is it 75? I'm not sure. Hippie knows. He can tell you for sure. And the heroic missions will give you much better XP. They'll give you like 10% for every mission that you do. So you'll get 10% of your mission of your level for completing a mission a lot of times. Which is great because normally you kill monsters, you're only getting 0.012% of XP for your level, which sucks because then you got to kill like 1,000 monsters to level up or more, Oh, Jesus. Stupid boogeyman. Damn it, stupid guy. He went and got himself dotted. Freaking butt munch, poop, suck, balls. I'm trying really hard to not swear. I'm just annoyed that this guy showed up and my enchanter was... I thought I was done casting my dots and stuff, but nope. He got in the way of a dot and now he's dotted, so he couldn't be mezzed, but at least I slowed him And that helped a lot. Yeah, I'm your bogeyman, bogeyman. That's what I am. Oh, heroic adventures are 75 to 100. Okay. So yeah, you could do some heroics starting at 75. And by doing heroics, you gain marks, and you could spend your marks on gear. So you can get gear for yourself, or you can even get gear for your mercenary. So if you look here under the last tab for Merc, there's these 4 slots where you can put some equipment. You can get your mercenary an earring, a necklace, shoulders, and a belt that will help raise all their stats and gives them more hit points and armor class and all that good stuff. It doesn't help a whole lot. You actually get a lot more by going over here to AA, and you'll see you got a tab for mercenaries under AA, and you could give your mercenary some AA abilities like improved melee defense, improved health, spell resistance, and I usually go all in on health and melee defense first. And then I start doing spell resistance second, you know? Congrats, Robin Wood, who just got 100 in fishing. I don't know if it does or not. I can't remember. But I think they kind of end up with like an innate haste, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say for sure if they do or don't, because I don't know. Yeah, automatically. Yeah, cleric mercs get their spells automatically. If you're starting a brand new character, Kirk, I would just say go with a tank mercenary instead of a cleric mercenary. And then just set the tank as main tank. I mean, even if you're playing a warrior, honestly, because that way you're doing twice as much DPS. I mean, maybe if you're playing a warrior, you can get a rogue merc instead and just, you'll kill things so much faster. I mean, unless you'd rather, you know, go through things a little slower, then yeah, get a cleric. It'll help keep you alive. But most of the time, regardless of what I'm playing, I'll get a tank merc if I'm just running around, especially the tutorial zone, you know? Something to pay attention to, also, Kirk, if you right-click on your character, you can open up this menu and go to roles. You want to select yourself as main assist over here. You click that, you know, you'll have a star right there. Then if you have a mercenary that's a tank, you'll want to click on the tank mercenary, which I have here, named Maria. You right click on them, you go to roles, and you want to select tank, and you see tank has a little star next to it, which means it's selected. And you'll see a little shield appear there to let you know that's main tank. And this tells the mercenary that they need to taunt the mobs. If you have a tank mercenary and you don't do that, they're not going to taunt mobs off of you. So you're going to take a lot more damage. But as long as you set that, your tank will behave like a proper tank and try to taunt things like they're supposed to. I've seen a lot of people where they would, you know, sort of complain in forums and stuff about how the tanks all suck and they don't hold aggro. And it was because they were, you know, making that mistake. Oh crap. My enchanter was not in the group. They were way off over there. That could have sucked really bad if I needed a mez. Okay. Yeah, in the beginning of the game, tank mercenaries are super overpowered. They have like 150 hit point regen. So just about nothing will kill them in the beginning. I mean, you gotta really screw up and pull a really big train for your mercenary to get killed. At least, let me correct that. If it's a journeyman mercenary, they've got that hit point regen. If it is an apprentice mercenary, they're just as vulnerable as a player of the same level. Okay? If you just get the apprentice mercenary, which is the only thing you can get as a free-to-play account, then, you know, it's not going to be as good. Then you might as well get a cleric instead, possibly, to help keep you alive. But if you got a gold account, get a journeyman mercenary, and those are the overpowered ones. So just thought I would emphasize that. Kevra said, yeah, you got to configure your group and then your mercs do all the work while you're eating a sandwich. Now, I would like to say, while Hippie is correct, there is a scenario where your journeyman mercenary will not carry you to 65 without incident. Let's not forget the time that Dildaf tried to run away in Runny-Eye and left Dabria to fend for herself, where she got killed by 23 goblins during that train. There was a huge train in Runny-Eye. Dildaf lost confidence, which mercenaries can do sometimes. When they lose confidence, they try to run away. When that happens, you can't control them until all the mobs are dead, and they won't fight. They won't do anything. They won't help you. And you're basically left to fend for yourself, and either you kill everything or you get killed and die. So ding, 92. My paladin hit 92. Now I gotta go get new spells, unless I have spells. Oh, correction, I already have the spells. Okay. Unless I die, because this stupid turmoil toad is about to kick my butt. So yeah, keep that in mind. Try not to pull too many mobs. There's a few tips and tricks that you can use that can keep them from running away, possibly. And that is, you could keep your mercenary passive until you want him to attack. And if you do that, he probably won't run, or he's less likely to run. I don't know if turning off auto assist will help. Lately, a lot of times I will have auto assist turned off, like I had tonight. And what I have here is my aggro button, which is the first thing I press when I attack something. I have /merc assist on here. So that will make the mercenary attack. The only downside to that is if I'm one punched by someone and knocked out of the game, the mercenary will never aggro because you can't send commands when you're dead. So if something sneaks up on me and knocks my ass out or kills me, the whole group might wipe. But this does keep my mercenary in check to where they don't run ahead, you know, which they can do sometimes, and that really frustrates me. So I'm taking that little bit of risk that might happen, you know, that I get killed and then can't command the mercenary at all, for the greater control, which probably does emphasize that I might have an issue with control, where I might be a little bit of a control freak. So, but I acknowledge it. I'm cool with it, you know. I like being in control. Which is probably why I also don't really do hard drugs, or never really did. Because I like control. Yeah, you know, I don't know if there's a set number of mobs, or maybe if it's the fact that if they're, you know, maybe if they're all green cons, it might not matter. I'm not really sure all of what causes it, you know. I'm gonna try to pacify that small glare lord and just pull this big monkey over here. So we got 12 people watching. I think that's the most we had all night, at least that I saw. But yeah, so far everything seems good. I've been really, really happy and satisfied with the performance now. Like I said, I still get occasional lag spikes, but even before the patch, I still got spikes now and then. It was just I was getting them constantly, or it was just continuous, endless lag, not even a spike. It was just always laggy. And I could hardly play the game anymore. And it was horribly frustrating. So I'm really, really pleased that something as simple as deleting the cache has helped so much. And guys that are, you know, all of you watching, let me know if you tried deleting the cache too, and if it helps you at all. Because if it does, then, you know, I can add that information to the video if I make a video about it. Because I'd be really happy if I can help out all the other players out there that are dealing with the lag issues that I was dealing with. So like that's kind of why I want to make a video, even if it's just like a 5-minute video. Just like, this is what I did. Hopefully it helps. Try it out, you know. You know, and it could be that the cache had old files that were being encoded differently than the new files. And maybe that's why there was so many problems. Because, you know, I've had this game on this computer, at least for the past 5 years, since I built it, and never once deleted the cache until now. So yeah, those files are old. Yeah, it has been. And like I said, that's why I kind of want to do a video, because I'm sure there's still plenty of people out there that haven't thought of doing that. Okay, I don't think I memorized my spells yet. I was getting attacked, right. Okay, so let me get up here against the wall. Oh, I gotta get 97 before I can do that book. So I got a new heal spell. Something called Crush of Oseka or something. Lesson of Remorse is probably a stun or something. Got a symbol spell. 98. Why do I have a 98 spell? That must have been something that was dropped at some point and I got it. Okay, so that's it. That's all my spells. There might be one or two that I'm missing that I need to get in Tainted Karana, because I don't think I went there yet. I think I got these at Shard's Landing. It's weird that you got to go to 2 different places now to get spells. Channels holy power into a cohesive bolt of energy, causing 590 damage, generates additional hate. Jolt, provocation of honor. Okay, so I did get a new pulling spell. Did I get a new thing to for undead? Oh, let me see. Direct damage. Undead. No, I still just have abolish undead. And multiply is my pacify spell. I did get a healing spell, so I wonder if that's like a single target. I really want a new single target heal. Oh, I do have one. Zealous Touch. That was at 91 though. And what's this one here? Heal. Quick heal. Okay, brilliant light. A wave of penitence. Okay, I'll just keep those two active. What's righteous audacity? Angers your target with righteous audacity, lowering their magic resistance by 50 and increasing their hatred for you. Oh, wow. That seems like a wonderful spell to have. What do I sacrifice for it, though? I don't know, man. Well, let's leave that out for now. Great spell, but I don't know where to put it. Definitely something to use if I'm running around without an enchanter that can tosh things. Be nice to have something with to lower resistances. Guess I'll grab this Glare Lord over here. So I think I'm going to end the stream here in a minute. We don't have that many people watching anyway. And I think I successfully did my test and everything seems to be working well and fine. And I'm pretty happy with the results. So thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me for a bit. Like I said, this is mostly like the test stuff. Because I did it like last night or yesterday. I don't remember when I actually deleted the cache. But I did play a little bit with it deleted. And things did seem to be running better. I was really happy with it. And I thought, let's do a stream now too. So, yeah, 4 boxing on a stream. And I'd say it was doing great. Ooh! There's a named harpy. Ooh, come on. Come alone, please. I don't want to fight multiples. Especially with a named. Oh, I wasted Gift of Life. I didn't have to. But I thought they were going to kill me, so... But the cleric got the heal off. I'm gonna wait until I kill this thing to end the stream, of course. Show everybody what loot it drops. Damn it, I hit the wrong spell. I'm like almost healing the harpy here. That sucks. I don't want to heal the harpy. Okay, so we got some loot here. We got crappy loot, man. The ornament, I'm not even going to bother looting. I never loot those. And we got Spirit of the Gorgon, Sympathetic Aura of Flame 5. Has a chance to strike your opponent with fire attack each time you cast a damage spell. Ah, poo. It's for casters and stuff. So I guess I'll give it to the enchanter in the group. I think they already have an Og in there. Oh, they don't? Okay, well, I guess that's the Og that's going to go in there then. It's for level 85 to 90, and this character's level 90 now, so there we go. All right, folks, so that was it. I'm very disappointed about the loot that dropped off of that harpy. I was hoping to get another blue candy, but nope, no such luck. I'm gonna try to just find a safe place to camp now. Where, you know, I don't get insta-killed if I log in later. This is a good spot right here. And maybe I'll see if I can't cast group perfected invisibility to keep everybody from getting their butt slammed. Actually, let me I have been playing without haste for like probably the past 30 minutes at least. I forgot to refresh haste. Bad enchanter. Naughty. Gonna refresh the brain buff too real quick. Then gonna recast group invis. And gonna log everybody out. So that's it, folks. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I know it's a weekday. It's a school night for all of us adults. But I hope this helps some of you. And Kirk, good luck. I hope to see you on Throne of I. If you like, try to find us. We have a chat channel called Chaos. So if you type / like / the word chaos and press enter. No, correction. Type / join space and the word chaos and hit enter. You'll join channel Chaos and you could chat with us and ask if anybody is online and if they can send you a guild invite. And if you get an invite to the guild, you know, you can find people to group with and stuff. And that goes for anybody, not just Kirk. If you want to, you know, join the guild, you're more than welcome. You could join Channel Chaos and say, hey, you know, I'm looking for a guild invite. Right, hippie, thank you. The joining chat channels does not work for free-to-play accounts. So this only works if you're a gold account. You can be a silver account too, I think, and join chat channels. But silver accounts are legacy. If you don't have silver now, you're not going to get silver. No, they're not handing out silver accounts anymore. Or you could just find us, you know, you can, you know, add characters as a friend or whatever, or you could join the Discord. If you join the Discord, you could say, hey, is anybody online? I would like a guild invite. And you get a link to the Discord if you just join the YouTube channel here as a channel member, and it's just $2 for a month. And if you just want to pay for a single month, that's fine. you know, and then you could join the Discord and chat with us anytime and ask for a guild invite that way. And, you know, the little bit of money you spend helps go to support me and support the channel. So check all that out. Also, the MMO Hippie has his own YouTube channel and Twitch channel, so check him out there. He also does Everquest content. And yeah, you know, you're welcome to join our guild. And that goes for anybody out there. If you're looking for a guild and or looking to play and you feel like joining the front of iServer, yeah, come say hey. Check us out. Yep, the guild is casual. We don't raid yet. We might eventually. I know Hippie wouldn't mind taking people out on some raids. At least that's what you've said. Feel free to correct me if you've changed your mind. But we do try to group up with others as much as we can. I often cannot group because you see me on. A lot of times I'm actually working on a video or something. But there's occasions where you might hit me up and I'll be like, yeah, I'm not doing much. You know, come on over. I'm grouped, or I'm fighting over here, or, you know. Yeah, so there you go. You heard it from Hippie himself. He would love to get a raid team going to do progression. So there might be raids in our future yet. But I won't promise raids to anybody, and nobody will be obligated to do raids. You know, that's going to be, if you want to do it, do it. Because I was in some guilds where they yelled at me for not joining a raid, and I was always like, I thought they were voluntary, you know? But they'd still give me crap for not doing it. It's like, yeah, voluntary, but you know, you should join them. And it's just like, well, I just wasn't in the mood at the time. So they booted me out of the guild. They thought I was being rude or whatever. I'm like, that's fine. So then I made my own guild. And then I just started 3-boxing all the time until I started this YouTube channel. And now I group with people constantly. And it's a good time. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed. You could join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get a link to join the Discord server over on the membership tab on the YouTube channel. And if it doesn't work, you just have to let me know. Just leave a comment on any one of my videos and say, hey, can you please update the Discord link in the membership tab because it's not working, and I will do that usually within 24 hours or less because I check my comments all the time. So good night, everybody. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to go to bed because I got to work tomorrow again. See ya.